It happened. It finally happened. Jonathan Milan wins the stage. Welcome back to the Really Good Podcast. I am really happy. Well, not really happy because the stage was kind of boring, but the one thing that I've been praying for this entire tour has finally come to fruition. Now I'm happy for that.
Solid. I am the happy man's co-host, and I also have Jonathan Milan, but I'm not so happy, and we'll get to that later on. Today's stage, very, very dull. What it was a sprint stage, and it had sprint written all over it. And because you've got a 10-stage first week of this Tour de France, I don't think anybody was interested at all in going on a suicide breakaway in a guaranteed sprint stage that is 171 kilometres in length. Started in Saint-Maixent-le-Grand, ended in Laval, and there was no breakaway whatsoever until the intermediate sprints. All of the teams were controlling it. Intermarché were riding on the front, ready for Biniam Diomaye. But once again, classic intermediate sprint moment. Jonathan Milan beats Biniam Diomaye in the intermediate sprint. Not only that, but Diomaye, I think, finishes fourth, I want to say, at the intermediate sprint behind Turgis and Tim Merlier. So again, Tim Merlier just probably being asked by Quick Step executives to go for it.
Please make it seem like you care, please.
But no, that was fairly regulatory. But this time, Anthony Turgis showing his face towards the front rather than taking up all of the points that the sprinters don't get. Yep. And I think Turgis finishing second in that intermediate sprint shows how little the big sprinters actually did bother sprinting.
Yeah.
So that has put Jonathan one foot in the green jersey, or one arm in the green jersey, shall I say, for Jonathan Milan. And you then had a breakaway. Finally, onto the radio came Total Energies team director. And he said, right, boys, we have a right to race and we are going to get a rider up the road. So they attacked. And this is absolutely shameless from both Intermarché and UAE that sent a rider to the front to chase down one guy attacking away.
Man, just let it happen. Let some fun happen. Race for the race. Do it just for the love of the sport, man. Come on.
And that was what the Total Energy team director said. He said, all right, lads, we have a right to race, and we do not. Genuinely, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but they broadcast this over the TV footage. The team radio from the car basically said, boys, we're not going to let these guys bully us. We have a right to race, so we're going to get two riders up the road. And they did a dual attack, classic Tour de France game move, with Bourgadeau and Verchet. And it paid off for them because they both got the combativity award today.
Yeah.
So two riders getting it. And I think that's just because they didn't give one out for the stage where there was no breakaway. So they kind of had a trophy spare.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, those are big points in my books for that, honestly, because valid. They knew they weren't going to last all the way, but even just doing it, big props.
I mean, if I'm doing a tier list of teams at the end, which who knows we might do for the podcast.
Yeah.
Total Energy are instantly S tier, and nothing is going to bring them down unless they have an absolutely terrible tour.
Oh, yeah.
But this is an early sign of promise for Total Energy being an S tier, because they are the only team that bothered trying. Uno X didn't bother. None of the wildcard teams bothered. Total Energy actually had some heart and knew the role that they were playing in this race.
Hell yeah. Do you think that any of the teams will care tomorrow, though? With the similar stage?
No comment. And so we go to the sprint. Total Energy guys were caught with about 10 kilometers to go. In all honesty, I wasn't watching. But Mathieu Bourgadeau took the solo King of the Mountains points. Initially, I thought that was why UAE were chasing them down. But yeah. I don't actually know what the reasons were. But yeah, we get to the sort of 12 kilometer point. Bourgadeau gets caught, and you have an untimely mechanical for Tim Merlier.
Yep.
Who wasn't the only one, but that might have contributed to his position in this later sprint.
Because he was up again pretty fast. I don't remember how many kilometers was left, but like he went down 12, and then he was up pretty fast again. But considering he went up that fast, he must have used quite a bit of energy to get up there. So even if he could position himself at the final sprint, which also takes a lot of energy, he probably wouldn't have been able to get a good result, to be honest.
Yeah, it took him about 3 to 4 kilometers to get back.
Yeah.
But obviously that's to the rear of the peloton, and then you've got to work your way through.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty twisty finale, to be honest with you, because you went right the way round a roundabout, and then kind of turned back on yourself. Then you had another roundabout, and then you finally got to the line. But it was Alpecin controlling, and we immediately saw what their hierarchy is for sprinters, because Mathieu Van Der Poel was positioning himself near to the front with about 800 metres to go, and then started doing a lead out for Caden Groves. So Groves was clearly their sprinter, and I am surprised. I don't know what the latest is about potential yellow card for Groves, but there was an instance on the final roundabout where Groves had an absolute dive bomb up the inside to try and overtake Jonathan Milan, and he went so quickly and clearly wasn't interested in the corner itself, but was just interested in getting in front of Milan, because he almost took Milan and I think it was Deli out because he just did not slow down. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was under investigation, especially with the Coquard yellow card.
Oh yeah,
they've kind of set out their stall, so there should be some consistency.
I agree. I didn't see that exactly, but yeah, let's bring the consistency in here. Give him a yellow and give him another one. We had it. Another one. Get him out.
So yeah, that meant that Milan had to chase back to his wheels, and to be honest, it was quite a messy set of lead outs. No team really controlled it. Lidl went with their lead out a little bit too early, then they were usurped by Tudor, and Trentin was done too early again, and it was just like all of the sprinters just holding back, going, I kind of need somebody to sit behind here.
Yeah.
I think Milan was fighting demons, to be honest with you, to not sprint too early. Elsewhere, other riders were being moved up. Ackermann, Deli was in good position. Groves was in all right position because of his ridiculous manoeuvre. And Bauhaus, typically in good position too. But at the end of the day, with Merlier not there, it was fairly regimented for your boy, Jonathan Milan, who takes his first victory at the Tour de France, wearing the green jersey.
Oh, yes. The Danish commentators even talked about it before. Like I've said before, he's there instead of Mads Pedersen, who won several stages in the Giro, mind you. So him not winning a stage yet, it was bound to happen at some point, since they decided on going with him instead of Mads Pedersen. So I'm happy. I'm also happy to see Lone Andresen up there on 6th place. I'm happy to see that for sure. And your pick, Deli as well in 5th.
Yeah, I mean, am I happy with the result? No, but Deli's previous finishes on the sprint stages have been 40th and 50th. So I think that's a good pick from me, considering.
Yep. But one surprise, Biniam Girmay, 19th. Not even in contention. I mean, I didn't even see him in the sprint. I don't know what happened, what went wrong, but he's nowhere near.
After all the work his team did to set him up for the intermediate sprint, and then get beaten really by Milan comfortably.
Yep.
And his team were towards the front, but it was Alpecin that were really controlling it. One of his teammates, actually, Jonas Vingegaard, had a nasty-looking crash and was given the weakest concussion protocol of all time. So, he was literally back on the bike within seconds. Questions have to be asked there.
Yeah, he wasn't looking too great.
Yeah, I don't know about the concussion protocol, because it's people like to complain, but I think it's so hard in cycling where you can't stop the race. Yeah. The race moves on, and if if a big GC guy, Jonas, Pogacar, Remco, has a concussion protocol, the mandatory amount for it to be done properly, apparently, is just under 10 minutes. So if you're losing 10 minutes on the road, you can see why the teams don't give a full concussion test.
Yeah.
Especially, in the case of Roglic, he's a useful lead-out guy who Benny and Diamai could rely on if they got him back into the peloton in time, which he did have a lot of time to get back. We saw with Tim earlier, it didn't take him long. But I think it's so difficult to enforce in cycling, and it's something that I think the UCI obviously deserves to get stick for it because it's a health risk.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I kind of understand why teams do it or don't do it in this regard.
It's like, how do you get to a situation where you can actually do it properly? You can't just stop the race. That will never be a thing, I don't think. And you can't just say do it faster either, So, yeah, I don't know how you could make it safer or more accessible to do, but yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, you can't really do it for like the 3 kilometer rule with crashing where you give them the same time because let's say Jonas has a concussion protocol in the first 5 kilometers. You can't give him the same time as the eventual winner of the stage, despite him like doing no effort whatsoever.
Yeah,
it's very hard to enforce, I think, and it's difficult. But somebody who was only thinking about the win was Jonathan Milan, of course. And I think it was a proof that he is one of the 2 best sprinters at this race because it was a very good sprint and he had to do multiple sort of surges to get back to wheels because of Groves and because of a couple of other sprinters. He was kind of fighting for his wheel and eventually won that fight. But to me, he proved that he was one of the 2 best sprinters at this race, really, with his sprint.
Now, one thing I've just noticed is it seems on the pro cycling stats that Milan's been deducted 10 bonus seconds.
Yeah, this is
why?
Reading the Commissaires report after the stage. There were a couple of interesting decisions, let's say. One of them is the non-yellow card given or not given, should I say, to Kane Groves. But Jonathan Milan takes a 500 franc fine, interestingly enough, which might impact him a bit more, other than the minus 10 seconds on GC, which won't. Loses 10 points in the points classification for what the jury is saying is obstruction to a rider.
I mean,
I didn't really see that, to be honest.
No, maybe there is something. I didn't notice myself anyways, but maybe I'm blind.
Yeah, I don't. I've only watched the sprint once in
same.
Full speed, but I didn't see anything certainly in those final couple of kilometers. But
no, maybe
it was something earlier. I'm not sure, but that could be slightly big for me then. But I don't think it's it's going to impact him too much because with Guillemai's shocking result and Tim Merlier not being there, Milan has a comfortable lead over the rest of the sprinters. Yep. I think now Tadej Pogacar is the only rider that Milan has to be looking at.
Yeah, honestly, but how's he going to do that? Just follow him, wherever he goes, up the mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he'd go into breakaways on mountain stages to get some points, but that's about it, really.
No, because UAE will chase them down like they do with every breakaway.
Yeah, they're like, no, we need this for the tactical reasons. Oh, yeah.
Tim Wellens wants the points.
He wants the points. Oh, yeah.
But no, this means no change in GC, obviously. No GC riders were caught behind. However, the obvious story, I guess, with GC riders, quote unquote, is that Joao Almeida lost another 6 minutes 42 today.
Yep.
Which isn't a good sign for UAE Team Emirates, and continuing his struggles in the race. Again, I'm not sure whether he makes it to the second week.
No, I mean we did talk about it briefly before with the small fracture he has, and I mean if it's a rib fracture, once again breathing can be difficult. So And you need to breathe in cycling in case you weren't aware. So yeah, I doubt he's gonna make it to the second week.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't see it happening. So every other GC rider finished comfortably within the peloton by the looks of things. Although it was slightly harder today than I anticipated because of the slight rise to the line, and actually only 51 riders made it in the first group. So it was a tough day, and it was quite warm. But yeah, it wasn't actually that tough across the stage, but the final especially was difficult to keep in front. So that does nothing for GC whatsoever, apart from a couple of positions lost by the minor GC guys like O'Connor and Almeida.
Yeah.
Youth classification is untouched again, and we're more actually interested in the points because Jonathan Milan leads the way on 182, Pogacar on 156. That could be easily closable, especially in the second to third week.
Yes.
What sort of advantage do you think Milan has to build up for Pogacar to not take an interest?
I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, I feel like if it's within reach in the final stage, Tadej's going to go for it. I mean, he's probably going to go for the stage win regardless because they've made it that kind of stage. But would it almost be poor taste for him to go for the green jersey if he's already leading like the yellow jersey and the polka and stuff at the end? Or because like cycling is like a different sport with that kind of etiquette compared to like other sports where like other sports you just want to win everything, but cycling is more like respect and stuff.
That's a really good question to ask, I think. And every cycling fan you ask, I think, will have a different perspective on it. Certainly, it would be a 50-50 split, I think, of, this is elite sport. A guy should want to win everything that he possibly can.
Yep.
And I guess it's the same with like letting breakaways go and stuff like that. People believe, I believe at least, that a breakaway is an important part of the sport, and actually, to be honest, it's kind of more on the breakaway teams to stack the moves rather than the GC teams to not bother controlling. But yeah, I do fear the death of a breakaway with the dominance that we're seeing, I guess, from Pogacar.
Yeah.
I enjoy the stages I enjoy the most are stages with breakaway wins, because usually, especially on mountain stages, you get a battle for the stage win with the breakaway, but you also get a GC battle. So in essence, you're watching two races for the price of one.
Yep.
And those are the stages that I certainly enjoy best. I mean, there's one that sits with me from many years ago, and this is such a niche take here. This is a ball Noah's take. But it was 2015 Vuelta, I think, where the breakaway won it, but you had Froome, Contador, and I'm trying to think, Quintana maybe, just absolutely throwing haymakers at one another on the final climb. And it was this is what I want to see. I want to see a battle in the breakaway between these mid guys for a stage win, and then all the elite riders just throwing hammer blows at one another. And the eventual stage winner was Matthias Frank, but I obviously cared that he won the stage. And all, but I don't think many cycling fans have really, if they could name the stage winner off the top of their head, they wouldn't be able to, because it was such an entertaining battle. Yeah, I've just looked, 2016 Vuelta, stage 17. But there was some good guys in there. There was Gesink when he was good in that breakaway. But it was Froome, Quintana, Contador, and Chavez just absolutely chucking attacks at one another.
That sounds beautiful.
And those are the stages that I enjoy the most. You have two battles, a more tactical battle up front, and then just a pure grit and determination battle amongst the GC guys.
Indeed.
But yeah, after my long diatribe, to answer your question, it's going to be very split, I think. And I'm on the side of let the man win. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's your job to try and not make him win. But if he's too good, he's too good, and you've just got to admit that.
But you think with his personality, like Tadej's personality, which one would he lean to, do you think?
Oh, he'd absolutely want to win green. Like he'd say he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I'm sure in the depths of his mind he would.
He would.
Because that's the only jersey he's not won.
Yeah.
Like he's won the white, he's won the King of the Mountains, he's won the yellow jersey, and he'll probably win the King of the Mountains and the yellow again at this tour.
Oh yeah. But so in this case, if he had won the green jersey already,
if he had, I think there'd be slightly less of an incentive. Certainly, he wouldn't use up his team for like an intermediate sprint. And I didn't see him doing that fully, but I could see, like, you know, if it gets down to it and he's in green in that final week.
Yeah,
I can see him like doing an Anthony Turgis and just kind of sneakily getting a couple of points here and there at the intermediate sprint by just finishing at the front of the peloton.
I can see that.
But yeah, that's where I see Pogacar's green jersey hopes, and I think Milan has just got to rack up as many points as he possibly can to make Poggi forget that he's in the battle for the points jersey. If you get what I mean.
Yes, that is the only option he has at this point.
So yeah, he is on 182 at the top of the green jersey rankings. Pogacar is actually very close. He's less than 30 points behind Jonathan Milan. So that's pretty much a stage win behind Jonathan Milan, and Pogacar is going to get plenty more of those, I suspect.
Indeed.
Girmay is out of it, however.
Yes.
I think this is the final nail in the coffin, really, for Girmay's points hopes. I know we're only on stage 8 and anything can happen and whatever.
Yeah.
But with Pogacar ahead of you as well, it's going to be super tough.
It's looking bad. He's going to need some more points. And who else needs more points is Taylorson for his fantasy team.
It's been a tough day.
Ooh, it's been a day. I mean, it is not bad though, right? If you had Dele as well.
Yeah, I had Milan and Dele. I mean, the main trouble is that I finished 39th.
Oh, right.
So really nice. Happy with that result. Did forget to change my captain.
I see.
So Remco Evenepoel has got me 89 points.
Oh, yeah.
Of which 7 of those have come from the stage winner bonus. And Jonathan Milan would have got me what? But how many did your Milan get?
Let me just check. My Milan got 490 points.
Nice. So I would have got 230 points if I'd have captained Milan. Which would have taken me to what? That's 723. I don't know where that would have put me in the lead, but that certainly would have sent me flying back up it. But no, happy with Dele.
Yeah.
Dele has proven to me that he can perform. So he's staying in the team. He was on the chopping block and he's just about removed his head before I sent the axe down.
And now next stage he's at the back once again.
Pavel Bittner, on the other hand, especially with Lund Andersen sprinting this time, I think serious note here. The podcast has gone serious. Pavel Bittner, you might be gone ahead of the next stage because Lund Andersen finishing 6th today. That might throw him into sprint leader contention ahead of Pavel Bittner at Picnic Postinel, who need the points for survival in the World Tour. They
have been saying on these Danish television that Bittner was the main guy for the team. That's what the guy, Lund Andersen, said as well, that he was the main guy, but maybe he doesn't have the legs. Yeah,
because the slight uphill finish, I think of Bittner as a little bit more of a hillier sprinter than the likes of Milan. So for him not to be there is a little bit worrying, certainly for my fantasy team. And if I get rid of him, actually, I've got 15 stars to play with, which could get me a nice option. I mean, looking down at them, like Healy, for example, is 15.
Yep.
And riders like that. So I think Pavel Bittner might go ahead of the next stage.
Ooh, big move.
How about you? Are you thinking of any changes?
Not as of right now. I only think I'm gonna get rid of Milan after tomorrow's stage, after the flat stage. then he's gone, I think, at that point. Because he's not giving me enough points. Especially with the mountains coming up, the hill stages coming up. It's just not enough, man. It's just not enough. Or if not in that stage, then maybe a little bit later, but like very soon anyways, he's gone. Apart from that, Vingegaard's fine. I'll probably keep him. Only as well is doing great. Leipzig doing okay as well. Right, though. Alfred Brockwell Wright. He's not done too well for me, has he now? He's gotten 0, 13, 16, 4, 3, 8. Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. He's definitely on the chopping blocks. He's gotta go.
Is he on the chopping block or is he approaching the chopping block?
His head is on it, and if he doesn't deliver anything soon, then his head is gone. It's rolling across the floor.
It's one of those where you'll, like in the same way that a football club reviews their manager at the international break, I feel like you're going to review Fred Wright on the rest day.
Yes. I'm definitely going to review him on the first medium mountain stage of the tour, which is in 2 stages. If he does nothing there, he's gone. Head is off his shoulders.
Clip this one up. This is an open call out to Fred Wright. He has left YouTube comments before. So, Fred, if you're listening, get in the breakaway for the sake of Lucas Pauli's fantasy team.
What? What? I don't. What? Wait, he's commented? Or was that a joke?
Oh no! He's left comments on like Lanterne Rouge videos before.
Oh right, no, that's great. That's great. We take it. I'm coming for you, Fred Wright. I'm coming for your ass. Pause.
In post, keep that in. Also in post, please clip out the part where I say, "Do you want me to re-record that?" Because I genuinely thought I'd like doxed your real name or something. Like.
Oh no! Also in post, keep it in, all in. Don't cut anything. Don't worry, my real name is in the Pro Leader series, man. It's out there.
Either way, stage 9. We don't really have to talk about this one too much.
No.
For once, not a single King of the Mountains climb. It's almost as if they have been a little bit brain dead when doing the route, because there's no incentive whatsoever, again, to go into the breakaway. Why have they also put this stage on a Sunday?
That's a very good question. I might say. I don't know.
Because entertainment value is through the floor, really. And on a day where the most people will be watching, you've got one of the dullest sprint stages I think I have ever seen.
There's nothing. There's an enemy sprint at the start of the stage, then there's 100 kilometers of absolutely nothing. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough watch if you're watching it tomorrow, which I mean I won't be.
Me neither. I'll be watching the sprint, I'm sure.
But heading into the centre of Châteauroux, so it's a little bit twisty. We could see a couple of incidents, but the final straight is kind of 1.5 Ks in length. So if you make it to 1.5 kilometers. At the front, you should be all right. And that's why I'm going to go for Milan to make it too, I think.
Well, I have to pick someone different then.
You've got to go against your fantasy team here.
Yeah, I don't like it. Ooh, I think Merlier's going to come back for revenge after what happened today. And he's gonna want to take the stage one.
Here's a question. Do you think hypothetical Jasper Philipsen wins today's stage?
With the long straight and, his team does a pretty good lead out. Ooh. I don't know. I just don't know if he could he beat Milan in a straight if it was like a 1v1?
Yeah, because Groves was third today, but he was quite comfortably beaten by Van Aert and Milan. I think he'd have been close on this 8th stage, but stage 9 actually might suit him a bit more. It kind of all depends on the lead out.
Yeah.
Lidl got it wrong today, I think, slightly. So they'll probably go back to the drawing board and see what they can do. But yeah, I don't know where hypothetical Philipsen finishes.
At least top 3, I think, is much. I think.
And it was certainly interesting, I think, to see Coquard not get too involved on today's stage. Just one to keep an eye on to see if that continues with his yellow card. And yeah, I'm wondering whether he's kind of making sure he's just playing by the rules first, which is a shame because like if you're not going to give Graves a yellow card for his maneuver today, let's say, then Coquard's got to feel aggrieved, I think, with his yellow card being given out. Again, there's no consistency with it.
No, I don't know how they throw out those yellow cards, man. They do whatever they please, I guess.
But that's about it. I've gone for Milan. You've gone for Merlier tomorrow. I don't even remember what our picks at the start of the tour were, but I think it's probably that, but switched.
Yep.
And yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed another podcast. Actually, we've yapped quite a bit considering the what stage we were talking about. So I think that's pretty impressive. And for that, I think you should leave a like and subscribe to the channel and also give us 5 stars on Spotify. And then we'll see you all next time with the next podcast. Take care.